Alright, family, alright. Let's get into some damn chopping. Let's get into some damn chopping. This is Guillotine from the Guillotine News Network. We got a whole lot going on in the world today, but I'm gonna go ahead and dive right into this particular subject matter. Now, when I say this disclaimer, I am not including your skinheads that like to drive around in packs and yell the nigger word out of windows. I'm not referring to the hillbilly, white supremacists, Ku Klux Klan members. I'm not referring to those individuals because those individuals are actually too damn stupid, too damn dumb, too ignorant, too short-sighted to have ever created the system of white supremacy racism. If they were so intelligent to have created, developed, and upheld the system of white supremacy racism, then you wouldn't find them in the hills of Alabama. You wouldn't find them in the mountains of Kentucky. You would not. Those who are the perpetuators, the upholders, the refiners of white supremacy racism are some of the most intelligent Caucasians that have ever been born in the annals of history. We just have to call it for what it is. These ignorant individuals who just run around saying they hate black people and they hate Jews and they hate Hispanics and they hate Asians, those are the dumb, very disposable white people that the elite could care less about. But the particular subject matter of this show will step on a few damn toes. All of your marching, all of your protests, all of the shooting down by police officers and all of that that's going on, that really is, you gotta understand. Let me break it down like this. This is a theater. It's called the theater of war. And in any theater, any film, you have people that play roles. You have a script that's given. You have the good guys, the bad guys, the victims, the damsels in distress. You have all type of drama that goes on to make up that particular theater, that film, that movie. So the white supremacists are like the directors, the constructors, the conductors of what we see. You don't know who they are. You don't have a clue. So I want to say this to them, to the elite, to those that are the refiners of this particular system of white supremacy racism. They're laughing at you because they are so far beyond the average person's mind in terms of how you think you are going to destroy or end this system. It is laughable to them. It really is. It's not personal to them. It's simply business. It's business to keep white supremacy in existence. I want you to tell me how you're going to destroy the industrial military complex. How are you going to do that? How are you going to destroy the military might that the white nations have at their disposal? Not the dumb little skinhead. We have already addressed that. But I want you to tell me how you would destroy that system. How would you destroy the financial institutions? I'm waiting. How would you destroy the educational institutions from Harvard, Yale, Oxford, on down to your state schools, universities, elementary schools, and preschools. How would you do that? How are you going to destroy that system that was put in place by those elite? How are you going to destroy the agricultural system? I'm waiting. I didn't think so. I didn't think that you had a real plan or a real solution on how you were going to destroy any of these systems that have cultivated, nurtured, taught, and educated you, your family, your ancestors for about 400 to 500 long years. But yet you think that somehow, some way, by marching and pleading and crying in the streets and burning a few buildings, that you're going to destroy and end these institutions. You're going to end and destroy the systems that are in place. I'm going to ask you another question. How are you going to destroy the judicial system? Because you're saying, on one hand, correct me if I'm wrong, that you want to destroy the system of white supremacy racism. Do you understand how complex the system is? Hollywood, the agricultural system, the military-industrial complex, the scientific research institutions, the historical research departments. We could go on and on and on. The point I'm trying to make to you is that you cannot destroy the system unless you leave the system. It's very clear to those elite. White supremacy is not personal. It's business. And you have the ignorant ones out there who live right next door to you, the ignorant skinheads. Maybe they don't live right next door, but you have the undercover racists who are so ignorant they also believe that this system is actually benefiting them. They're struggling. They're standing on the bus corner. They're in welfare lines. They don't have much more than you for the most part. The system is so corrupt that there's only, in fact, 5%. Well, let me change it. There's about 10%. 10% of the elite actually benefit from this refined system of white supremacy racism. The other 85 to 90% don't benefit from it, because they are blind, deaf, and dumb to how the system was constructed, put together, and what it does to rule, control, and brainwash the masses of the people to do exactly what you were programmed to do, to uphold the same system that keeps you and binds you in hell. This is a fact. This is an absolute fact. Now I want to raise this question. Today we have questions, because the best way to get an answer to the best method by which we should galvanize our mental, intellectual, financial resources is by asking questions. Now, if you saw, it may not make sense, but I'm going to raise this question. If you saw a spider web in your hallway, and you grabbed the broom and you knocked down the spider web, and you woke up the next day and saw the spider web there again, would you continue to knock down the spider web and not go and seek out the source from which the spider web is being made and spun? So in other words, if you're going to say that you're going to attack the system, which I hope by now you understand you're not going to be able to destroy that system, rioting and burning a few buildings and throwing rocks is is not going to destroy a system as complex as white supremacy racism. You're wasting your time. And quite frankly, it's amusement and nothing but theater for those who watch TV and understand that you're wasting your time. You're venting, but you're actually not changing a damn thing. At every level of their system, there are people who believe that they are honestly making gains. But let me get back to the point that I was making before. You say that you want to destroy the system of white supremacy racism, right? But you never seek out the source of the modern day web called white supremacy racism. You don't seek out the makers of the web. You don't seek out the makers and the refiners of the system. Quite frankly, it would be futile and a waste of time to put on a 007 detective mission to try to find out who these people are. Even if you found out who they are, then what? You take out a few of them, does that mean the system's going to fall? I want you to start thinking intelligently. And if we think intelligently, then we can begin to do the things that are necessary towards building our own reality, our own world. So this is what I propose. This is what Guillotine proposes. I propose that it's an absolute waste of time to continue to beg, to plead the same people in the same system that we clearly by now should understand that we're not going to change. We're not going to change it, people. I propose that the only solution is to leave the system. Leave the system, create your own financial institutions. Create your own educational institutions. Create your own agricultural systems. Create your own judicial law enforcement systems. Your own military systems. Then you don't have to beg or rely on the corrupt system to change when you could build your own. But I guess that requires work. That requires work. And we'd rather beg. We'd rather beg and have people say, I see you as my equal. Really? How can you see me as your equal? I'm speaking your English tongue. Most of us are wearing your English names that were put on us by your forefathers. Most of us went through your universities, your educational institutions. Most of us received military training through your military-industrial complex. So how can you ever see us as your equal when we got all of our so-called degrees and statuses from you? It's a damn joke. I don't know what it's going to take for you people to wake up to the fact that you are being made a fool out of at every level. What's it gonna take? When are we going to realize that we are living in the refinement stage of white supremacy racism? It just means that they are getting more proficient at hiding, at masking the true evil of the system. When are we going to see this? Well, family, that's my thoughts. I'd like to hear your opinion. If you have a grand strategies that has not been attempted in the past 400 to 500 years? Please let me know. Other than that, we need to love each other, get together, and build our own damn world. As always, family, this is Guillotine with another episode, another edition of the Guillotine News Network. As always, family, love you. See you same time, same place. Holla. Peace.